So that's basically medical coverage in the States. Like I had severe pain 5 days ago. I fell on my shoulder when I was climbing into bed, which is on the floor because I moved from the other place because it's got freaking bed bugs. And I had to leave that there, so I bought an air mattress. Then I was climbing on that, and then I fell, and then I messed up my left shoulder. And you can still see I don't wear this to be attractive. It's just in case I die from the medications I'm taking, which happens. 100,000 people a year die from taking pharmaceutical drugs as prescribed. You could look it up and see. So they'll know what happened. But the coroner would probably cover that because they cover everything because they're corrupt here. But anyway, so after the injury, I was just kind of hoping it would go away because I knew the medical hassle in this country, and it just started getting worse and worse. So I called up my insurance company, and they said that you want to go to an urgent care clinic. And I went there. They took a couple X-rays. They didn't give me enough of pain medication, and they didn't show me the X-rays. So the day after that, I'm in more pain. It's worse. And I have no choice. I can't get to sleep. I can barely drive. I can't tie my shoes, and I couldn't put on my shirt. So I basically limped into an emergency room, and I eventually saw a doctor there, and they told me that I need to get physical therapy. They showed me 4 X-rays that proved that I just had a bone spur in my shoulder, and bad inflammation is what was causing all the pain. So they prescribed, obviously as you can tell, they prescribed enough of pain medication so I can talk now and think straight and all that and rationalize. But before the pain medication, I couldn't even function. But when you ask for pain medication, you're a drug addict. You're automatically a drug addict. They just want you to frickin' suffer like a worm. So meanwhile, I go to my primary care doctor, which is in a really sleazy area of Hollywood where there's a bunch of freaking homeless people. I don't have a problem with homeless people, a bunch of freaking crazy people, and a bunch of people that might fucking jump you when you're going to see the doctor. And there's no parking spot. And he says, go back to your primary. He said, well, we can't deal with your shoulder. We don't have an X-ray, and I understand that. After I waited there for 45 minutes in extreme pain. And they said go back to the original clinic you went to for the service that I got before the emergency room, the urgent care clinic. So I go there, and the one with the desk is like, oh yeah, I remember you. We can't see you today. We can't. Well, she didn't say that. She just said we couldn't see you. So I had no choice. I had to go to the emergency room, and that's just a waste of money. I mean, if they would have gotten me the right care in the first place for my pain, the pain management, and showed me the X-rays, I wouldn't have had to go to the emergency room. I had to go to the emergency room. Now I got my shoulder's still messed up after the emergency room, and I can't even get a frickin' appointment to get physical therapy. When I left the emergency room, they gave me instructions to go to an orthopedic surgeon to get my shoulder worked on at a California orthopedic clinic. And so I wait on 45 minutes for them, but I'm not in pain anymore. But I'm still in pain waiting 45 minutes. And then the person tells me we don't accept Medicare. We don't accept LA Care. We don't accept that. And so like the doctor just refers me off into oblivion. And so I got to look at YouTube videos maybe to figure out how to do physical therapy for this. And meanwhile, I've been getting calls. I've been calling back and forth with the different insurance and all that stuff, and they've just been running me around. So I can't even get a doctor's appointment that has the right insurance to get help for my shoulder. And what the problem is, see that? I can move it up today. I can move it all the way up. Ugh. And So I still got pain, but it's being managed, obviously, if you look at my eye. And I'm not a freaking drug addict. I wanted the right amount of medication to take care of my pain. But all the drug addicts here in this country ruined it for everybody else that has the real pain, that needs the real pain medication to deal with the problem. And so what happens if I don't get this shoulder, one that I fell on, dealt with correctly in a certain amount of time, is my arm will stick. It will stick at its side like that. And you can look at it, you can Google it or whatever you want to do. You can look up frozen shoulder. And then they have to operate. They have to put me under, and they have to yank my shoulder up and move it around, all because they didn't give me the right